welcome to all of you and to this ever-growing ELHB community. It's a huge pleasure to see so many of our winners, judges, David Munro, and shortlistees, and also Longford, Pakenham, and Fraser family members. I'd like to particularly thank Peter Soros, who founded the prize with me in 2003 and continues to afford us sagacious and even canny counsel as patron of the prize. Thank you, Peter. This prize would be nothing without the kindness of our judges, and David Munro are here. Others of our former judges couldn't be here, but my mother, the author of my being and also of many excellent books, pronounces with acuity and with emphasis at all our meetings. So she was the founding chair of judges, and she is also a medical miracle because she had the last rites but came back. And Richard Davenport Hines, I think you inhale books before breakfast and only exhale them with your night toddy, because no one reads more omnivorously and judges with more perception and humour. Rana Mitter can't be with us, but another spectacular judge who, given that he's a rock star and a Renaissance man, we indeed appreciate his attention to the prize. And lastly, Roy, our chair of judges. And this panel, we've come up with a plan as the prize goes from strength to strength. We're going to extend recognition also to a younger writer. Well, that's all coming soon. Watch this space or watch elhb.uk. And now, please a welcome to the chair of chairs, the doyen of chairs. We are so lucky to have him, Roy Foster.
Thank you, Flora. First of all, I must salute Peter and Flora for the original inspiration and for beginning something that's come so impressively of age. 21 years traditionally marks a majority, and I think the prize now holds its own as a distinguished marker and an influential one, recognising the best of historical biography. And as Flora has just indicated, further developments are in the pipeline. I must also thank and applaud my fellow judges, Flora, Antonia, Richard and Rana, and previous judges such as Andrew Wilson, David Gilmore, Andrew Roberts, the late Ben Pimlott, and Munro Price. We couldn't have done without them. It's lovely to see Artemis Cooper here, and it strikes me that if the Duff Cooper Prize is indelibly associated with Paul Roger champagne, Elizabeth Longford Award runs on Bollinger. Metaphorically and very often literally. And given the political mood at the moment, I might add that I could say that we are all champagne socialists now, with the possible exception of Andrew Roberts. Fueled by Bolly or not, along the way I think we have redrawn some boundaries in redefining historical biography. The prize is awarded to a historical biography which, like Elizabeth Longford's work, combines scholarship and narrative drive. And over the years we've looked at what makes a life historically significant in spheres outside what Gibbon, I think, defined as war and the conduct of public affairs. We don't, of course, ignore those important subjects, and for a prize commemorating the biographer of Wellington, how could we? But over 21 years, I think we've extended and redefined the concept of lives that change history, and our shortlist this year carries this forward. Deborah Lipstadt's Golda Meir is a short but substantial book about a formidably controversial female politician who helped create a nation and left a pioneering but deeply divisive legacy. Carl Rastiola's biography of Ralph Bunche profiles a major diplomat who embodied the UN and its values, but it's also a powerful commentary on racial issues in the 20th century, showing what obstacles a black man surmounted and faced in creating an extraordinary career. M.L. Rao's Life of J.L. Austin is not only a brilliant portrait of an original philosopher and a witty dissection of various Oxford affinities and hatreds, it's also a revelatory picture of Austin's other life in wartime intelligence as a key figure in the planning of the D-Day landings. Jackie E. Kionna's biography of Emily Anderson, Queen of Codes, also takes us into the centre of the wartime intelligence network, and in the process sympathetically uncovers the very private life of a mysterious woman who combined a public identity as a musicologist and editor of Mozart's and Beethoven's letters with an absolutely key role at Bletchley Park. It's a real revelation. Now, all these books show that an individual life can cross barriers and partake in different worlds, often in ways no less historically influential for being only partially or even unrecognized in their time. And in each case, in all of these books, these life stories have been told with psychological acuity, scholarly rigor, and narrative verve. Any one of them would have been a worthy winner. But in the end, we chose an eye-opening portrait of a painter who fundamentally changed the way we see things and even how we understand time. Jackie Wullschläger's Life of Claude Monet is not only an enthralling portrait of a powerful personality, she shows how the restlessness pinpointed in her subtitle drove Monet to reformulate memory and time in his great serial paintings, culminating with the legendary Water Lilies series. She goes right back to the origins. She surveys a deeply complex and passionate personal life. She brings us into the networks of friendship which connected him with the worlds of Clemenceau, Zola, Mallarmé, and his fellow impressionists, notably Renoir. Her biography not only shows the development of a revolutionary artistic vision and how slowly it came to be understood, but she wonderfully evokes the rich and multi-layered world of French culture of the late 19th century and the Belle Époque, the light, the colour, the mood, the food. Historically insightful, psychologically perceptive, and consummately readable, Monet, the Restless Vision, fulfilled everything we looked for in groundbreaking historical biography, and Flora will now present her with the 2024 prize.
And here is a metaphorical cheque for £5,000, tax-free, but I'll need it back. Notes for a book. And here is your ELHB winner badge to affix it on. And finally, here is a bound copy of my grandmother's memoir, The Pebbled Shore, and I hope that you enjoy all the accolades that you'll receive as we continue the party. So down you go.
Thank you very, very much. This is just a minute's worth of thanks. First of all, to Flora and Roy and all the judges. I've read books by every single one of them, loved books by every single one of them, and to have people, writers of that distinction, choose me is the most amazing thing. I'm sure I speak for all the people who've ever won the prize, and what a distinguished roll call they are, so I'm very, very happy. And just 5 people, they're all down there. I couldn't have written the book without them. My publisher, Stuart, my 3 children, Naomi, Zoe and Raphael, who helped in different ways, and most of all, my beloved husband, William. Thank you to everybody. Thanks very much.